morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this wonderful, wonderful world. My name is Sean K, and I am showing you some cool stuff today. Just got a kit in from Tron. It is called the Advance. Don't get all excited because it's not a brand new kit. Let's just do a quick unboxing. Now remember, this is not a brand new kit. So everyone calm down. All right, here's the frames, of course. Lower frames, white landing gear pipes that I love. Okay, my color is going to be orange, I believe. So those are my stickers for the side frames and the fins. I love Tron's colors. All of them pop. Yes. That's nice. That is mean looking. I love it. Okay, it's a battery tray. Boom, of course. Empty box to make me drool for nothing. All right, gotcha. The main gears on these Trons are gigantic, insanely wide. They stick out the sides of the frames, which I love, by the way. It's beautiful. So here is what's different. If you notice the V shape on the main gear, it's called a herringbone. This is not made of plastic. This is a metal. There is no axial play. It doesn't move around. It is locked on that pinion, and it is more efficient for the ESC, the motor, the batteries, everything. Definitely easier on the system on the drivetrain. We've got our landing gear here. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Battery straps, amazing tail section. Okay, that's the head stuff. All right, fin, supersonic canopy holders, front and back. That's clutch. We have our motor pinion here, main gear, and here is the belt tensioner. Now, I have not put this together yet. I talked to Joachim yesterday for a long time, and he assures me that it's very easy to put together. So these are the upgrades to the current 7.0 Tron kit that make this the Advance. Oh, I can't forget about the canopy. So we have the canopy, the fasteners, the main gear, motor pinion, and belt tensioner. So when they said that this new main gear and motor pinion would make it even quieter, I couldn't imagine it. So I went to HeliX about a couple weeks ago. I saw Angel Rojas flying his Advance, and I was 2 flight stations down, and all I could hear is blade noise. And I called Joachim. I'm like, how can you get something that is very quiet anyway? How can you make it even quieter? So there's many factors to why a helicopter can be loud. It can be the motor and the ESC combination, timing being off. It can be bad bearings. With these components here with the herringbone and this metal piece and the motor pinion together with correctly timed motor and ESC combination, it's supposed to be even quieter. So I'm going to test it. We have a decibel meter and we will test. Without further ado, I'm going to get this thing put together. Peace. We just wanted to give you a quick tip. When you are building your Tron 7.0 Advance or even the regular Tron 7.0, when you get down to these supersonic canopy mounts, make sure you take them apart and Loctite them. I cannot tell you how many that I didn't Loctite or Loctite just a little bit. And they're somewhere in the field in my, somewhere in the grass in my local field. Also, too, this part here that mounts inside this part here. It's a 2-piece, so make sure you take that out. Make sure you clean it with alcohol, get some Loctite on it, your choice. I use red. You don't have to use red. You can use blue, whatever tickles your fancy, but make sure you get this in here, tightened down, and all of this taken apart. I haven't done that yet, but I will. But make sure you do not forget that because you do not want these coming off and your canopy going into the blades. It is the new belt tensioner. It's very simple. It's very easy to understand. I just want to share it with you now. Now, what I'm looking at is the inside of the frame. This is the outside left frame, inside of the left frame. The belt tensioner bolts in the normal place it would bolt into on the regular 7.0. The only difference is now you have this cool spring mechanism here to create tension on the belt. If you see here, this is the spring that is loaded into here, into this little collar section here, and you can see it. The cool thing is it uses the side of the frame as a basis to mount or to, I guess, stand on to create the tension. As you can see, as I'm turning the set screw in there, it's pushing that spring out. Now, let's see, there we go. I would suspect you don't need to have it down that tight. You know, proper tension is needed, but nothing crazy to where it's like causing a lot of drag on the transmission. So there's the set screw in there. Make sure you get some blue or red Loctite. If you use red Loctite, do not use a lot because you want to get this out at some point. So yeah, so you push it in here, screw it in, and it creates tension on this pulley here to push out on the belt that's going to the belt pulley. I just think this is a fine touch to add to the kit, to the Advance kit. Sometimes it can be a little weird trying to get these little collars in here. But one trick that I have learned during the process is I use one hand to hold this up, and I'll pop each one of these little, I don't know, grommet thingers. I don't know what it's called, but I put them in the respected holes here. Here's the back one. And after I get the first one in, I just slide the other outside one on. Oh shoot. Yeah, that one just fell out. Great example. But but yeah, you just slide them on one by one, and you want to keep the frame as straight up and down as possible. This way, these other little collars don't fall off. And actually, if you want to wait until you finish the first four to do the back one, that's okay too. But you'll have to loosen these back up. So what I tried to do is get them all on the first try. Boom, there you go, no problem. And then I simply, you want to clean every screw with alcohol, and you want to put some Loctite. So all these have been cleaned, they have Loctite on them, and I just simply slide them in the little hole. No big deal. And don't try to get them all the way in there. Just slide them in, because once you get the Allen wrench going, you'll be able to find that screw, and it'll be really easy just to find the hole where you're screwing everything in. All right, so what you want to do is, where are we at here? Yep. So you want to come here and you want to butt it up against the frame. And then you just take the first one in, slide around. There we go. Yikes, where are you? There you go. Now, the way that this works is because you're holding it all against the frame, there's no way that the collars can come off. If you try to do it while it's laying on its side, it's way more difficult and way more time consuming. But I found that this way works really well, because once you get the first two, then the second, third, fourth are pretty easy to lock down. So the other side, actually, I guess when you're filming, it's all like, you gotta watch out for the camera and stuff. The other side I got done like so quick. But you want to torque those down, not too crazy, but enough to they won't back out. There you go. It's looking like a chopper. This is no piece of plastic main gear. This is heavy duty. When you feel it, it feels like for real, like a real piece of work here. As you can see the little line there? It's two-piece, which means there is no axial play and there's no pressure on the bearings in this setup. Just routed everything through here, about to tie everything down. I have my CGY brand new to install here on the vibration-free tray. We've got the 4530 HT 550 kV Egodrift motor. We've got the YGE 205 HVT, and we've got the new Futaba 701s here, low profile, and we've got the HT 700 for testing purposes, we have the VTX 717s as the green Tron 7.0 that we're doing the DB test with has the same exact blades. We've got Azuras on the tail back here, as just like the green one down there on the floor. The model looks great. It went together great. We'll put the canopy on and then we'll go out. Check it out. What's up, everyone? Here I am, Sean K. We are at the field. We are going to do our DB test with this official, what is the DB amount? DB meter, decibel meter? Decibel meter. That's Nick Wisdom, in case you don't know. So he's going to be helping me out today. Which one is louder or quieter, right?
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Thank you, Nick. On with the test. Comparison test. But nothing official. Of course, you might have different results. So no one send me any emails or messages like, you didn't use the same screws. What about the Loctite? I don't want to hear any of that crap.
But you will.
But I will. So bring it on. So we're going to take the Tron Advanced out first.
Pretty steady at around 80 dB.
Switch models here. Here we are. We're going to do the same exact test. So, Nick, we did both birds. We did the green. We did the orange Advance. What were the findings?
Honestly, both 80 dB. No statistical difference between the two at all. Both same noise level.
All right, so we're gonna do another test. My man, thank you, Tom Shen. He has suggested let's test the drivetrains by themselves, which means we're gonna take the main blades off, tail blades off, main blades off, tail blades off, put it canopy off, both naked on the cone or by the cone, same distance, same head speed, spool it up, and we'll see what we get there. The decibel meter here, which we will place there for both helicopters. It will not move, and we will take our readings just like that. Agreed?
Agreed.
What about you, Shen? Okay, thanks for the whatever that was.
I think they call that a plie.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, so Nick, what did we find out?
90 dB on the Tron 7.0. So 4 dB louder on average than the new Tron Advance. So definitely a decrease in, did I say that right?
Yeah, definitely decrease in transmission.
Decrease in the Advance and increase to the 7.0. So yeah, 4 dB difference.
Okay.
Not a huge difference, but definitely noticeable.
Boom. There it is. You have it.
It might go up though once RPM goes up. So it might not be a linear change. So
Right.
you might try taking it at a high RPM and see what happens.
Oh.
This is the Tron 7.0 at 2100 RPM. So 94 dB on the Tron 7.0.
Okay, now is the Tron Advance. Big difference, huh?
Big difference. 94 dB on the Tron 7.0 at 2200 RPM. So almost 10 dB difference now.
Okay. So the magic is more head speed, it gets quieter as you go, basically.
Yep.
All right. What do you think, Tom?
Cool.
All right. There he is. Once it went over 1600, the noise stayed the same for the Advance.
Yeah, so at both 1600 RPM and 2200 RPM, there was not a noticeable increase in dB levels. So about once it hits that level, it kind of stays there even as you increase RPM.
Awesome. So for the green regular 7.0, it did increase.
Yeah, so for the Tron 7.0, it was about a 4 dB increase. So we were around 90 dB at 1600 RPM and 94 dB at 2200 RPM. So
okay.
Definite increase in the 7.0.
Gotcha. All right. So there you have it. The Tron Advance is quieter. Not by much, but still quieter.
Yeah, every bit counts.
Yep. Heli direct!